Hello everyone, Arwen from Even Star. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts video and the first of my silly season survival tips, how to keep your well-being intact. And this first silly season survival tip is all about sleep. So before I get into that topic, just to let you know that I do just have 5 spots left in my new client list up until Christmas. So if you would like to snap one of those up, then please contact me. I'll put the details below. Okay, so if me saying to you that in 6 weeks Christmas will all be over makes you in some ways breathe a big sigh of relief, but in other ways makes your blood pressure go through the roof, then this video is for you. So especially in Australia, the silly season is really full on because it's also the end of year for all education. So everybody has hundreds of school concerts and music concerts and carols and end of year parties and presentation nights, and the list just goes on and on about all the things filling up our calendars. So on top of that, we often find that at this time of year, and this would not just be in Australia, I'm sure, that you have people coming out of the woodwork who you've hardly spoken to all year who are saying to you, we have to catch up before Christmas, and there goes yet another spare spot in your diary in the next 6 weeks. So the problem with being in the throes of this silly season is that you often fall into a role of people pleaser. So you find it very difficult to say no to these things, and you're just constantly doing things to please other people, your kids, your boss, the friends that want to catch up, the relatives that are coming to stay for way longer than you'd like them to be. And what happens, one of the first things that goes on your list of things to do to look after yourself is sleep, because you're just trying to pack way too much into 24 hours than what would normally fit. So the problem with this, of course, and I've talked about sleep a couple of times recently, and the reason that I'm talking about it again is it's been a very, very popular topic. It is obviously a big issue, and certainly a big issue in my practice. Many people coming to see me in my practice with sleep far less than what they would like and feeling exhausted all the time. So sleep is absolutely essential. Your body requires sleep in order to be able to function, and it requires enough sleep and good quality sleep to be able to function well. So I want to talk about sleep again today because I want to be able to continue providing helpful information to all of you out there. So as I mentioned before, falling into your people pleaser role and not saying no to people is often a big part of the problem. So I recently heard, and I can't remember where I heard this, but somebody on the radio talking about they actually treat November as November, saying no to everybody who asks them to do some kind of social activity in the month of November and going into the other weeks in December leading up to Christmas. So really making a point of not sacrificing your sleep and other things you do for yourself for the sake of some unnecessary social occasion. My other tips for sleep during the silly season are, first of all, leaving your devices out of your bedroom, and I'll put a link below to my video which is all about that topic. Use essential oils if you are having trouble sleeping, and again I'll put a link to my video on that topic. Use meditation in your daily routine. Meditation is really fantastic for your brain and getting it into a space where sleep is a lot better quality. Don't eat and drink right before bed. Digestion can often mean that our sleep is disturbed if you're digesting something that you've consumed way too close to bed. Don't worry if you wake up a couple of times during the night. To be honest, after your late 20s, it's very rare to get through the night without waking. The problem is when you wake up and you can't get back to sleep. So if you wake up and then mentally start going through your to-do list for the next day or the next week and can't get back to sleep, then that's where it's a problem, and I'd recommend using the essential oils and maybe doing a meditation to get yourself back to sleep. If you're spending enough time in bed but you're waking up exhausted, then something is wrong. So you need to think about all the other basic things. Are you exercising enough? Are you eating well enough, which can be tricky at this time of year as well, and that's for another video, silly season survival tip number 2. Are you drinking enough water? So things like Reiki can be really beneficial if you think you're ticking all those other boxes and you really just don't know why you're waking up exhausted. So because Reiki works on all the levels of energy in the body, then physical, mental, emotional and spiritual, even if you don't really know what the reason is as to why you're feeling so tired, Reiki will help your energies get back into balance and allow you to get a fantastic quality long night's sleep. And the last thing that I'd like to say is we call it the silly season, and part of the reason for that is that silliness is about fun. So you should be actually having fun. And the problem, I think, in our society these days is that it's all about ticking things off the list and doing things that other people want you to do and not actually about enjoying yourself. And if you are overtired, it's very hard to enjoy yourself. So for your sake and the sake of everybody around you, make sure you get enough sleep. And especially if you have kids, this is a really, really magical time of year for them. So don't be Scrooge because you're overtired. If you've got any questions or you'd like any more information, then please contact me. My contact details are below. Thank you very much and have a fabulous silly season. Bye.